Hello and welcome to Numeristical, bringing you the picks of the day for Saturday, May 4th. It's about 9:15 in the morning here in California. Let's get into it. Start by reviewing the picks from yesterday. So here we go. We had two picks yesterday. The Nationals won as a big underdog plus 162. So we won 1.62 units for that bet. Mets had a 3-0 lead, but then gave up lots of runs, lost 10-8. So we took a loss there, but overall, given that we picked two underdogs and a big one came in, we end up being up 0.6 units for the day. And so on the year, we're down just over 5 units for the year. Okay, let's move on to the picks for today. So in terms of sides, here's the full slate of games. Again, we got a full 15 games going today, as usual. Some pitchers that we don't have a lot of history on, so that we won't make picks in those games. But then, upon further review, the model's telling us to look at three visiting teams that it thinks might be close enough to bet. So the first is the Tigers at the Yankees. It likes the Tigers if you can get 165, with Pinnacle showing 146. So that might be a little of a stretch, but let's go on to Wager Talk and see what we can find. So here we see Detroit. And on this top line, looks like you get as much as 150 at South Point, but we're looking for 165, so it doesn't look like we'll find a bet there. Next up, the Angels against the Guardians. It's saying to take the Angels if you can get 119, with Pinnacle showing 113. So let's see if we could find 119 on the Angels. It looks like it opened at 120, but since then it's receded. And in fact, the highest I'm seeing here is 116. So close, but not quite. Let's just curious to look in and see how this has evolved. Interesting. So the line, you could have gotten a much better line on the Angels earlier, but it's come down. So other people had sort of the same idea of betting as we did. So I had to get up a little earlier to be able to take that bet at the odds I want. But right now I don't have it. Best we have is 116, and the model is saying it wants 119, so we're not going to take that one. Finally, we got the Padres at the Diamondbacks. It's saying bet the Padres plus 111, and Pinnacle's already shown plus 112, so should be able to find a bet there. Let's take a look. Padres, and here we go. Let's see, we got plus 113 here, Superbook. I think that's the best one we can get here. So plus 113. So we'll take the Padres plus 113. White team, Padres. Yes, 113. So we'll put down the Padres. Padres plus 113. And that'll do it for the sides. Let's move on to the totals. So the totals, again, here's the full slate, with the same caveats as before. You got also Christian Scott. This is a MLB debut, so the model really doesn't know anything about him, so we're going to weed that one out. So it gives us 5 totals to take a look at. So the first is Yankees Tigers, likes over 7, over 7.5. If you can get minus 107 or better, so it actually quite likes this as an over. So let's take a look. Yankees Tigers, switch over to totals, and 7.5, the over. It looks like we can get even money at South Point. I think that's the best we're getting. So so let's go ahead and take that Yankees Tigers at even money over 7.5. So go here, Tigers, Yankees, over 7.5 at even money. Next one is Royals Rangers, likes over 8.5. Wants plus 110 though, which we're probably not going to find. So we're kind of looking for an 8 there. KC and the Rangers, no, and we're not going to find it. Got 8.5 across the board, and nothing. Have as much as even money here at Caesars, but we're not getting plus 110 anywhere, so won't take a bet there. Next up, Astros Mariners. Now this is a very strong one. I looked a little bit more closely at this to see if there was anything weird, but the model really likes the over here. And saying, in fact, bet it at 133, although the line's already showing 120, minus 120. So we're maybe not that far off from the market, but let's grab it. So we want over 7. You can see, oh wow, a bunch of people have already moved to, it's already moved to 7.5. Okay, so let me pause and recompute this. Okay, so I just put that in now at 7.5, just did a little manual override and recomputed. So now it's saying for a 7.5 you want, plus 101 really. So let's see if it's 7.5, and of course, oh, here we go, 7.5 plus 102, Seattle, Houston. And actually 7.5 over 108 plus 108 over here. So that's good enough. So we'll take bet online, 7.5 over Seattle, Houston, 7.5 over at plus 108. So that's sort of interesting. Okay. So Mariners, Astros. Mariners, Astros. Over 7.5 again. This was plus 108. Let me just double check that, make sure I got that right. 7.5 over plus 108 bet online. So let's book that one. Next up, Diamondbacks Padres. Again, likes the over, wants better than even money though. So 8.5. We're kind of looking for an 8 probably. Diamondbacks Padres. It's over here. 8.5. Yeah, and you can see even it's gone to 9 at bet online, and the 8.5s are all nowhere near even money. So not going to find a bet there. Again, let's just drill in and see what if there's movement there. Oh, interesting. Okay. And finally, Dodgers Braves likes the over, 2 heavy hitting teams. Likes the over, you get plus 110. So again, sort of looking for like kind of 7.5 probably on this. We do have obviously good pitchers going also, so it's an interesting battle. But let's take a look. Dodgers Braves, that's over here. We've got 8.5. So we have some at even money. We have plus 102. But that was at 8. It wanted better than even money at 8. So at 8.5, we're not going to get what we need. So that's it for our totals. So it looks like overall we got 3 bets for today. One side, the Padres plus 113. Then we got the Tigers Yankees over 7.5 at even money, and the Mariners Astros over 7.5 at plus 108. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.